Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Got my good friend Brian Spitz on. He's a regular contributor here on The Price of Business. Does a great job bringing not only content whenever he's on the show, he does a phenomenal podcast as well. And he's with a company called BigStateHomebuyers.com. And I consider him really a leader in his industry, and we're always delighted to be able to depend on him for great interviews and great information. Brian, welcome to the show.
Hey, Kevin, how are you? Thank you.
Good. Glad to have you on. By the way, make sure you check that out, BigStateHomebuyers.com. My favorite section is the investors section, seeing what kind of opportunities people are getting. And really cool what you've got available there. It's fun to watch. Tell us about your guest today.
Sure. My guest today, his name is Ryan Bokros, and he is a real estate agent. He works for Remax Hometown, and he has a specific specialty in technology and technology development and the use of that in real estate. So I wanted to, it's such a big deal, the use of technology and social media and everything it takes to really put yourself out there right now. So I thought it'd be very valuable to have him on with us today.
Love it. Welcome to the program, Ryan. How are you today?
Thanks. Doing very well. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Yeah, so I've spent about 12 years in the real estate industry, part of that on the mortgage side. Recently, over the last 2 years or so, I've taken a position more on the side of agent development and technology. I really have always had a passion with technology, and not just how it can make what we do easier, but how it can make the experience for the consumer better. And so what we've done is kind of put together, number one, a development program inside of our agency here to really help the real estate agents learn how to use technology to, again, make that consumer experience that much better throughout the real estate process.
Very good. Go ahead there with your question, Brian.
I guess I would ask first how, really it benefits the consumer. So tell me what kind of technology advancements or programs that you use and how it has a direct benefit to the consumer.
Sure. Well, one of the things that we really see is that the consumer has become very reliant on their mobile device. And so as real estate agents, what we've found out is that we've got to cater to that. So one of the things that we do and I think that the real estate industry as a whole needs to really start adopting more is better mobile technology. Websites and web search is one of the really big places that the consumer, as they're driving around and they see signs in the ground, they want to know information about a particular property without really having to make that phone call first. So what we've got to do from our end is make sure that we're giving the consumer enough information to really pique their interest and to be able to make it easy for them to search and to get that information via their mobile device while they're driving around out on the roads of town. So we want to make sure that we've got websites that are responsive or specifically built to work well on mobile. And then paperless technology. That's one of the things that I'm really passionate about is paperless technology. In today's market where homes are moving within hours of hitting the market, we've got to be able to move quickly. And we're using paperless technology. For example, electronic signatures is a lot quicker than putting pen to paper, scanning, emailing, putting pen to paper again, scanning, emailing back, making a decision that way. With electronic signatures and paperless technology, it really makes the experience for the consumer that much better, especially in a hot market where they're making decisions quickly, and we've got to negotiate a deal a lot faster in order to make sure that we're doing that for our consumer and getting them the home that they really want.
Is your client both I'm assuming it's both the realtors and the consumers?
Sure, yeah. I teach and train, and I actually travel the country and speak on this topic quite a bit, but I also actively sell real estate here on the north side of Houston mostly. Yeah,
very good. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, I think you've spoken a couple of times here about how hot the market is in Houston. What's it like to be an active agent in the Houston market right now?
It's fun. It's a lot of fun, but it's also stressful. You lay expectations out with your clients and let them know that the market is really hot, and not to really push them to make them have a sense of urgency, but when you find a home that really meets all of your needs and the majority of your wants, it's definitely important to really kind of go ahead and jump off that fence and make that decision, because the likelihood of that home remaining on the market for any period of time for you to fully consider or take a whole lot of time to work out all of the kinks in exactly what what a home is going to look like, or what the market's going to look like in X amount of years. It's a lot of fun but stressful, because you don't want to put that pressure on the consumer and on your client to have to jump to a decision that they may regret later. But at the same time, if they find a home that they're really interested in, and again, I say a home that meets all of their needs and the majority of their wants, my suggestion to my clients is, if you can see yourself living in this home for the next 5 to 7 years, instead of us taking another 3 to 4 days to try to make a decision on this particular home because it may not be around in that amount of time, let's go ahead and make our offer, one that is going to hold water.
And what
in today's market.
Go ahead.
Well, Ryan, go ahead and give us your website real quick.
Yeah, my personal website is my name. It's ryanbokros.com, RyanBokros.com.
Okay, Brian?
What can a consumer do to be prepared to move quickly in the market right now?
Well, obviously, there's 3 things that I do with all of my clients that come in. First of all, I have a consultation with them before we ever open the door to a home, and in that consultation, what we do is we really define the visual perfect home for them. So we'll sit down and we'll go over all the needs that they want, or all the needs that they have, and all of their wants. So we'll kind of build that perfect vision of a home for them. The second thing is really kind of make sure that vision of their home fits into their financial comfort zone. So one of the big preparation pieces of getting into this part of the market is making sure that your finances are really in order. And by that I mean make sure that you visit and have a pre-approval together with a good, reputable mortgage lender. Because when the time comes to write that offer, typically a seller and even a seller's agent, they're not really going to put a lot of faith in an offer that comes in without a full pre-approval letter in that. And then the third thing to be prepared for is definitely finding an agent that's going to understand your needs and your wants and understand your expectations as the consumer. So the 3 things that I visit with all of my clients about is, again, 1, building the vision of their perfect home, 2, making sure that I understand their financial comfort zone, and 3, discussing our mutual roles and expectations of each other, because we're about to enter into a relationship that's going to last, anywhere between 30 and 60 days once we're looking for a home and really consummating that transaction through the process.
Got to wrap it up. Ryan can be reached at RyanBokros.com. RyanBokros.com. Brian Spitz, he can always be reached over there at BigStateHomebuyers.com. That's BigStateHomebuyers.com. Fascinating interview, gentlemen. Great information. Hot market out there, and it's good to talk to someone who has a lot of experience in this, which would be both of our guests today. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
You.
All right, when we come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at USDailyReview.com, and this is The Price of Business.